Okay, good morning. This is Mr. Nut, and this is going to be kind of a quick video. As you can see, I've got my 2018 Breakout here, and what I'm going to be doing today is kind of a combination of showing you how to install, or how this Feuling vented dipstick installs on the bike, and I'm also going to do a little rebuild on it. You can see here I've got the Feuling rebuild kit. And normally I don't think you'd have to do this in the first year, but when I first put this together, what I did, I made a mistake, and I basically installed the breather for the dipstick up underneath the seat and out the back fender. And because of all the dirt and grime that the bike picks up from the road, that filter ended up getting really gunky and dirty. So I am going to this morning just kind of do a little rebuild on this. I figure it's the safest way to go. Change all the filter elements out from inside, and I'll kind of show you guys the steps as I go. So I'm going to pull the seat, I'm going to pull the side cover, and I now have my breather located up here down underneath the bike. It comes with the kit comes with 2 zip ties, so I figured that's to kind of release the breather down low, and then replace it with a new breather. So I'm gonna get this thing unbuttoned real quick, and then I'll pull the dipstick. Okay, so from here, you can kind of see that I've run my line. I keep some bends in this line, so they're curvy bends. And you can see the line runs basically up through here. It runs along through here. So basically what you're trying to do here is you're trying to run the line up high up underneath the seat, and then you're bringing it back down. It basically comes right down inside here, runs with the brake lines, and scoots itself down up underneath the bike to where the filter sits right up underneath the oil tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cap. Basically, you got this quick release, and this, you just pull this up, comes right off, and that's what allows you to check your oil and stuff like that during regular maintenance, or in this case, pull the dipstick so that we can service it. Okay, so this is the dipstick, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this little side screw here, and that'll allow me to pull the cap, and then I'll pull all the parts out, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, as you can see, now that I got this apart, I've got the old parts. I've got your old parts here. Okay, you can kind of see this is the new filter that goes up inside. If you look up in the cap, you see there's a screen in there. That's the only thing that isn't replaced. And other than that, everything else inside is replaced. So you have this screen that goes inside first, here. Okay, then this butterfly valve. And this basically just puts a little resistance on it so that you don't lose all of your pressure in your crankcase. And then of course your cap goes back on from there. So this is a pretty easy fix. You can see this filter. This is the original filter that came with it. Like I said, originally this was behind the back tire, and I think that's kind of what I did wrong. Was I didn't bring it up to where it's basically sits. If you see, there's like a little cubby right up in there behind the brake pedal where this filter sits, and I didn't do that. So more my error than, well, definitely my error, not Feuling's, but just for the record, these Feuling Dipsticks, the quality of them just couldn't be better. These are a high quality, well-made part, something I'm very happy to put on my bikes. I don't like putting cheap parts on my bikes. That's not my mission in life. It's not the way that I do things, but you know, this, I hope the next year it'll roll a little bit better, being that I'm setting it up right now from the very beginning with this new rebuild kit. So I'll get this all buttoned up and get back to you guys and kind of close this out. Okay, well, to finish up, it's a real simple, we're gonna plug this back in. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to do this or not do this, but what I do is once I've got it all hooked up, I blow through the line just to make sure that I've got good airflow and that I haven't put any of the twist ties too tight. As I reinstalled this, I went ahead and removed a lot of the twist ties and just kind of wrapped the line or routed the line in a way that it would be a lot more stable without having to tie it down so much. So it's only got two twist ties on it now. And if you kind of look, it's going back underneath the preload adjuster, back behind the anti-lock brakes, and then up and over through the frame. And then it's coming down and following the brake lines and the electrical lines. Basically, your filter, if you can see it, is right in there. See if you can see that in there. But basically just behind the brake pedal, up underneath the engine on the inside of the frame. It's sitting on top of the electrical lines that flow back that way. And feels pretty secure. I think that it's gonna work much better than it did when I originally installed it. So we'll kind of report down the road how much we like this product properly installed. I've got it installed on another bike properly, so this isn't my very first install. This is my very first install, but after, again, you know, with experience comes knowledge, and if I can save somebody some time installing these so that it's routed properly and that it works properly, I think that's a good idea. In the meantime, I hope you guys will subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and of course follow us on Instagram. Those are the media platforms that we use, and we will see you down the road.